The other week, I was with my wife and my daughter, which is our only child. Three of us, we were in a social gathering. It was wedding. And my wife met another lady. So that lady asked my wife, how many children do you have? And my wife said 2. I looked at her. Then my wife looked at the lady and said, this is our daughter, Shreya, and this is the bigger child, Vijay. Well, some of you are laughing, but I had a difficult time explaining to the guests. Fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. A wonderful team selected by the new committee. Yes, everyone had a child inside their heart. Even till this day, I'm an absolute kid. One of the topics was, I think every adult is an overgrown child. I think in a positive connotation, that's how I believe life has to be lived. It's just wonderful and you have to be childlike. I'm not too sure about one of the topics. I think our president mentioned his address, that poster, childlike, hugging, kissing. I don't know, I'm not too sure about that. That childlike aspect is rather dangerous. I would not advocate that, recommend that to any of the married men. On that note, let us see how the first meeting for this wonderful term, July to December 2014, how it started. Meeting number 9-10. I walked in at 6 p.m. sharp and the room was set up. Absolutely everything in order. To the T. You're talking about the names on the board, one standing inside, one standing outside the room, the chairs organized, everything in place. I was just mesmerized by everything organized. I was just looking for the man who organized the whole event. He was not there. He performed and he transformed. On the more serious note, I learned from Mohammed, the secretary of the club, that Uncle, Sergeant at Arms, he set up shop and he had to leave. That speaks of leadership qualities. On the personal front, perhaps, on the professional front, I don't know, he had to leave. But he came here, his commitment, he honored that commitment, set up shop rather, and left. Kudos. In absentia, let's give Uncle another applause. Now, where Uncle left off, leadership qualities, another gentleman raised his hand and said, yes. He set out the place and said, I'll take up this opportunity. Now, guests who are coming for the first time, in our Toastmasters parlance, the person who kickstarts the meeting, he or she is called the SAA, that is Sergeant at Arms, in our Toastmasters parlance or language. So, Ankur is the designated Sergeant at Arms, but he wasn't there to leave, like I mentioned. So, this young gentleman, Tejas, he said, I will take up the job. And that's not easy. Very impromptu, short notice. Excellent, Tejas. Really appreciate you took up the job. Before that, the theme says childlike. And Bangalore's roads are just wonderful. Wonderful. I know you don't agree with me. But this theme, childlike, it really helps us stick with that theme. You know why? Children love to spend time on the roads. Yes, they don't want to be in the house. They just want to play on the roads, be outside, go outside, have fun, paint the town red. Children want to be on the road. That's childlike. And today, our president of the club, Dr. Rajiv Barmani, that childlike, he has taken the theme so seriously. And Bangalore's roads have helped him. He got stuck in one of Bangalore's infamous traffic jams. Childlike attitude, can't help it. Totally out of his control. 5 minutes they were late. Time manager, what time started the meeting?
6:38.
6:38, 8 minutes, I stand corrected. Having said that, we have to appreciate that the president of the club, the CEO, called me around 6:24, 6:25, said, I'm stuck on the traffic jam, I'll be there. That's what leadership quality is about, keeping the other person posted and informed. Thank you, Dr. Mr. Now, moving on to Sergeant Arms. I like the way you link this new term to the new budget, which is just unfolded by the Modi government. Very nice. Very, very nice parallels that we drew. Very nice. Then also the new government set 3 rules. One more parallels, one more analogy. Excellent. And I love Modi. I'm a big fan of Modi. I just thought you have taken a little bit of Modi style. You're a dictator type, a little bit. You as a Sergeant Arms, leadership qualities, you can tell us. If I were in your place, I would tone down a little bit. You told us not to talk abusively about some topics, not to walk around the room. People got little. So if I were in your place, perhaps we can be a little more tactful, diplomatic, and like how boxers wear gloves, we can soften the blow. You could perhaps put it this way. Members and guests, we would really appreciate that if we are seated, when the speech is around. Just one suggestion. Having said that, you spoke on the theme, the childlike theme, very nice. Your introduction to the president, I thought was wonderful. Aptly referred to him as the bullet train. Very nice. For those of us who don't know, Dr. Rajiv Panwani has completed the highest the education award which you can receive from Toastmasters. That's the DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster. And in my 12 years, I've never seen, he's the first person I've seen who started off the journey, or the second person who started off the journey for the second time. And that's what a bullet train does. It completes from journey A, point A to point B, and comes back B to A. That's what he's doing. So, rightly called for his bullet train. He spelled out all his achievements, which are so much, very nice. And because of shorter preparation, you forgot certain of the content. Not a problem, alright, we're all learning, how much learning over here. Just one thing, you introduced him, you did a brilliant job in the introduction. You said everything about Dr. Rajiv Panwani, but forgot to mention that he's the president. So that's one thing. Yes, for a job well done, what do we give? Yes. I understand today's theme is childlike. Generally, we have the doors, the front door and the rear door, both are latched, if not locked. So the idea is not to disturb the speakers on the stage, on the dais. We shouldn't disturb them. This theme was childlike, today's meeting. So we just left the door open. So my humble request to the committee, going forward, adults like, we can just keep the door latched. And perhaps a board outside, which tells the members you can enter the room from the rear door and enter during applause. My one small suggestion. Moving on, the president came and he called the order to meeting, and very nice way, very thoughtful. He asked all the guests to stand up, and we applaud the president of the guests. Very nice, Dr. Rajiv Panwani. He then invited the secretary, Mohan, to come bring the minutes of the meeting. Wonderful, my friend. You stood here, you didn't stand behind the lectern. That shows, even if we have nerves inside, it was well camouflaged, well controlled, and you weren't, even though you had a book, Mohan, you didn't read from it. Very nice. Excellent, well done. Just one suggestion if I may. I'm standing here, you're looking straight ahead. I know you're impressed with Godfrey Soames. He's the immediate past president. I understand. That's 6 months in the office. He gathers the respect. Fair enough. If I were in your place, I would look to the right. You're looking straight ahead. If you don't look to the right, that's not right. And you look to the left. We felt left out. So, if I were in your place, little more eye contact. To your right, to your left. That report, excellent job. Let's give it up for our woman. The president's address of any Toastmasters meeting, he was president referred to as a CEO, Chief Executive Officer, and Dr. Rajiv Panwani. You have lived up to that billing. Stories, humor, how well he connects. No dearth of stories, plenty. Excellent job done. The characters he built up. Manoj, Rani Auntie, then one line from the song, Meri Sapno Ki Rani. Very nice, huh? And the Ramesh Don't, second name Don't, I've never heard that second name. You have Ramesh Tendulkar, Ramesh Arora, but Ramesh Don't as second name. Very thoughtful, very creative, and last but not the least, icing on the cake, so about Oliver. How we can be childlike and achieve so much with the spilt milk. Very nice, wonderful job done. So, President Rajdeep done an excellent job. Let's give it up for our president. Then we have the president introduce the MC of the day, or the TMOD Toastmaster of the day. Anmol Garg, amazing speaker you are. You make the stage your second home. Like how Roger Federer has won 7 Wimbledons, Rafael Nadal has won 9 French Opens. It seems like this is your, yes, this is your court. This is your second home. You're so comfortable here. The stage presence that you have, the voice modulation, the humor, the way you connect with the audience, simply amazing, amazing. I like the way, very creatively you asked, instead of telling the guests the first time about Toastmasters, you asked us members. One way is creativity. Another way is, I forget something, you tell me. Suppose I get the facts wrong, 11th of 12th. Very nice. That's not the case of Anmol. He has all the facts. Just in case. It's a wonderful memory serves me well, my listening skills are up to the mark. I just felt that the President did not touch upon the theme for the term, 6 months. Did you, Dr. Rajagopal Mani? I thought the President did. Whereas Anmol, you did that. You did mention that, which is very nice. Especially the first meeting of the 6-month term, and the MC talks about not this is the theme, yes, this is the theme for this week. But the President, it's his prerogative, his right, he sets a theme for the 6 months, which is perform to transform, right, Rajit? So that Anmol touched upon, which is very nice, excellent. Just a few suggestions, if I may, Anmol, with your permission. Now, CC1, that's icebreaker. Where's Dipankar? Dipankar, you finished your speech. Not the members. Yes, after the gentleman, Dipankar, the first speaker, the gentleman in the green shirt, he finished his presentation. What did we do after he finished speaking? We gave him a standing ovation, right? Okay. Now guess, do you know why? Now you're wondering, Dipankar spoke, standing ovation. That lady speaks CC1, standing ovation. CC7, no standing ovation. What is this biased, is it? Are we partial or what? Nothing like that. Monisha knows there is that. So perhaps, as an MC, we can tell the audience, CC1, that's the icebreaker, because the first time the person is speaking, it requires nerves of steel to overcome all those demons, devils in your mind and come and speak here. So we really appreciate your effort. It is commendable, laudable. So that's the reason we give you a standing ovation. And again, your milestones like your CC10 or your advanced communicator bronze, silver and gold, we give standing ovation. So perhaps there you could have. So the audience, the newcomers, will be wondering why. Introductions, excellent. Very nice introductions, Anmol, of all the speakers, the table topic master, excellent, well done. One introduction. Introductions are very important to build credibility, both for the speaker as well as the topic that he or she is going to talk about. I thought it did a brilliant job with regard to all the introductions. Just one regarding Monisha's introduction. If I were in your place, he told us about how she's going to give you some ideas how we could heal ourselves, right? Monisha, if I got the concept right, correct me if I'm wrong. If to add credibility to the speech and the speech content, speaker and the content, what I would have done was, well, and who better tell us to heal yourselves than from a person who is pursuing her studies in medicine. So that is the added credibility. Because if she's studying medicine, she's talking about healing. I thought there would have perhaps added more value. One more suggestion, while in your place, I would kind of let Sudhara connect the speeches. Now we had Dipankar talking about the icebreaker, introducing himself. It's rather a tall order to link Dipankar's speech and Monisha's speech. But if I were in your place, now we have Dipankar, you're a business analyst, right? You're a BA, right? In the organization you're working with. Now, as a BA, my little limited knowledge tells me it's very stressful. Your health will go for a toss. You won't be in the pink of health. And a solution for that is the next speaker. The next speech tells you how to take care of your health. Something on those lines. Just connect the dots so it becomes easier for the listeners to follow. Another good leadership quality before I sign off, must let you know that as Anmol was sitting to my left, and the table topic master started calling a few guests, and he realized that members weren't being called. Leadership qualities on the part of Anmol. He immediately sent out a chit requesting Chenian to call some members. So for a job well done, what did we give Anmol? As Anmol, like I always mention, you are truly Anmol to the club. Moving on to the prepared speeches, where we had 2 speeches, and the first was the icebreaker. Speech was given by Dipankar, and that speech will shortly be evaluated by the bubbly Payal Bulani. A round of applause for Payal, please.